Son and the Holy Spirit one good أمين. النهارده الكنيسة بتحتفل بملاك تذكار رئيس الملائكة الجليل غبريال المبشر. فالقراءات بتاعت الكنيسة مركزة على الموضوع. Today the church has in the Sanexarium memorizing the Archangel Gabriel, the one with good news. And that's why the readings of the church are concentrating that. Let me read for you at least the Psalms from Ashaya and the morning. And Ashaya says, يعسكر ملاك الرب حول خائفيه وينجيهم. The angel of the Lord encompasses around his followers, those who fear God, and save them. And then he says, ذوقوا وانظروا ما أتى بالرب طوبى الإنسان متكل عليه. How gracious God is, because he sends an army of angels to protect his people. In the morning it says, a call to the angels, worship God. And then Zion, representing of the church, heard and became joyful. تهللت بنات اليهودية by the angels worshiping God. And then in the gospel, attached to the gospel is a psalm that says that in front of your angels, I praise you, or I sing to you, and worship before your holy altar. أمام الملائكة أرتل لك وأسجد قدام هيكلك المقدس. فكرت يعني إن إحنا نمشي مع الكنيسة في تفكيرها إن مهم أوي إن إحنا يبقى لينا علاقة بالملائكة. هل الملائكة لغاية دلوقتي بيتعاملوا مع البشر؟ بوضوح. مع كل البشر لا، في ناس مش فاهمين حاجة. ومش بس الأرثوذكس. في كتاب لطيف جدا لبيلي جرام اسمه الملائكة. There is a book written by Billy Graham about the angels. If you have this book or have access, read it. It says a lot of experiences he and his followers had with angels. To the extent that he used to say, Billy Graham, he used to say that without the angel I cannot serve. I rely on the angels to prepare the place, prepare the hearts. خدام لما بيطلعوا يخدموا لازم يعرفوا ان ليهم حماية وليهم رعاية بالملائكة. Some of the holy people say, I'll send the angels to prepare people before I visit. Or the angels will prepare the place for the service to succeed. Sometimes we see things happening, there is no explanation. There must be a third party. يعني في حاجة الواحد بيبقى منتظرها يروح يلاقيها اتعملت. ايه ده؟ ازاي؟ بيبقى طبعا ترتيب من الملائكة. الملائكة كائنات خلقهم ربنا لخدمة البشر. في نوع من الملائكة لخدمة العرش الإلهي بس، اللي هم الشيروبيم والسرافيم والأربعة الحيوانات غير متجسدين وال24 قسيس، دول لخدمة العرش الإلهي. إنما بقية الملائكة لخدمة البشر. The Lord created army, unlimited numbers of angels to protect humans. One of the teaching of Pope Carolus من تعليم البابا كارولوس، على فكرة أي حاجة بيقولها البابا كارولوس إحنا بناخدها كده كأنها الإنجيل. أولا ما كانش بيتكلم أي كلام. كان لما يقول حاجة بيبقى عارف بيقول إيه بالظبط. وتلف الأيام ويطلع كلامه صح. البابا كارولوس ظاهرة غريبة يعني. يقول عنه الأنبا غروريوس إن this phenomena happen once every 300 years or so. To find one person to this. So the words from Pope Carolus, we take them very seriously. He said that every psalm has an angel. And this angel is attached to the psalm. When you pray the psalm, you get in touch, you move the angel of the psalm for your help. And this teaching is naturally happening among many people. يعني عارفين مثلا ايه يقولوا الست وهي هتولد سواء هي ولا قرايبها يقولوا مزمور يستجيب لك الرب يوم شدتك، انصرك اسم الله يعقوب. ليه؟ لأنه بيحرك ملاك معين خاص بالمزمور ده إن يساعد الست في ولادتها. في مثلا مزمورين كان البابا كارولوس يقول إن دول عندهم ملاكين يساعدوا في الاستعداد. ما تكون ناوي تخش حاجة مهمة تقولهم. في دول مزمورين ليهم ملاكين، والملاكين دول شغلتهم الاستعداد. عشان كده الشمامسة لما يحطوا الدنيا المفروض يقولوهم، احنا معلقينهم. كل الكنائس اي كنيسة قبطية تروح تلاقي معلقين كده في المكان اللي الشمامسة. In the same place that the deacons put the tonia, these two psalms are written there. The priest, if he has time, would be good for the priest to pray these psalms before he started the mass. ليه؟ عشان you get help from these two angels. It's easy to remember the numbers. In the Coptic numbering, which is في الإجبار العربي، هم 29 and 92. If you swap the 2 and 9 becomes 9, 2, 29. كان البابا كارولوس يقول لتلاميذه قولوهم لما تخشوا أي مشكلة. For example, if you are going to see a minister, a priest is going to see a minister. It's a bit of يعني stress situation. The minister may ignore him, may answer his petition. He said to them, don't meet the minister without praying Psalm 29 and 92. They do something. I learned this teaching from Pope Carolus long time ago. And allow me to say to you a couple of experiences about this idea of angels attached to psalms. Something like 27, 28 years ago, someone donated a bus, 14-seater, to St. Mark Church. And this created the Third World War at St. Mark Church between the elders and Sunday school. Sunday school said, this has to be used for the kids. And the elders said, no, the one that donated it, his mom is with us as an elder, and he meant to help the church and the elders. And whenever Third World War is created in the church between two groups, I hide. At that time, we had Ambassador Abuna Musa with us. So he prayed and he came up with a decision, this should go to Sunday school. The person that is responsible for the elder people thought that it's me, because at that time I was looking at Sunday school. So he came furious. يعني الناس الكبار يمكن يفتكروا اسمه عم فهمي أبو أبونا تدرس البخومي. He is an ex-army person, very solid old man, and he came to fight me. I met him in the church and he came angry and said, how dare you to shout? I said to him, عم فهمي, stay here, give me 2 minutes, I'll come back to you. ليه بقى؟ لو انت شاطر تعرف. قلت له اديني دقيقتين ليه؟ عشان اخش اصلي مزمور ايه؟ 29 و 92. سبته بره، دخلت مسكت الإجبية وقريت مزمور 29 و 92 and I called the angels of these two psalms to do something. وخرجت عشان بقيت الخناقة يعني. All of a sudden he came and hugged me and kissed me and said, let us forget about it. A bus is not a reason for me يعني, to be unhappy with you. You are my father. This is one experience. Another experience, one of the priests was ordained and he spent the 40 days in Egypt. At that time there was no bishop and there was, anyway, he was ordained by Pope Shenouda. And he used to confess with me. So he telephoned me from Egypt, saying to me, it's a big, big problem. What's the problem? He did something that made Pope Shenouda very angry with him. And he said to him, come to me on a special day. And of course he was too worried about the reaction of Pope Shenouda. And he said to me, what should I do? What should I say? I said, do nothing. Just at the door, pray Psalms what? 29 and 92. He did. He telephoned me and said, it is magic. قلت له ايه؟ قال لي دخلت, Pope Shenouda hugged me. I said, how are you? And gave me a cross as a present, and that's it. Pope Shenouda was like that. But returning back to the point that I'm stressing, that there is a relationship between us and the angel that can be, ممكن العلاقة بيننا وبين الملائكة تتم عن طريق المزامير. ليه بقى؟ لأنه المزامير بتجتذب الملائكة, وده الكلام اللي قاله القديس باسيليوس الكبير. القديس باسيليوس الكبير بيقول إن لما ناس بتقول مزامير الملائكة بتنجذب. عارف زي إيه؟ زي لو أنت من نوع مثلا اللي بيلعب موسيقى وكبرت في السن وسبت الموسيقى وبعدين سمعت إن في حفلة موسيقى تروح ببهجة كده. لو أنت لاعب كورة كبير وكبرت وبطلت تلعب كورة تروح تتفرج على ماتش كورة تتشد ليه قوي. الملائكة بتتشد لتسبيح المزامير لأن ده شغلتهم. إيه شغلة الملائكة؟ التسبيح. فالتسبيح المزامير بيشدهم, وعشان كده بيتواجدوا في أماكن التسبيح. يعني لما بيبقى فيه تسبيحة الناس بتقولها من قلبها وبروح حلوة, it attracts the angels. I tell you an experience that happened with me something like maybe 40 years ago or so. I went to spend a few days before priesthood. I went to spend some time in Deir Baramos, one of the very holy monasteries in Egypt. And I had a friend of mine. He was Protestant. And he joined the Coptic church because of us. We're a group of students in the high school. He joined with us. I was instrumental in that. I took him to the church and I introduced him to my confession father. And then he fell in love with Orthodoxy, and then he became a monk. And in Deir Baramos, one of the reasons that I visited this monastery is to spend time with him. And I told him, tell me an experience about visions. Those monks do not like to say personal experience. But I squeezed him. I told him I'm living in a communist country, which is true, and I'm studying. I had to pass through teaching courses to prove that God does not exist. Anyway, I just pressured him to tell me a vision. And he told me this story. I'll say this story and finish. About the heavenly creatures that can appear. He said to me, what time are you going to sleep? I said, anytime. He said, I'll come to you 1 o'clock in the morning. He came to me in my room. He said, come with me. He took me to the wine press في دير براموس. في معصرة للعنب. معاصر العنب في الأديرة والأماكن القديمة يبقى ليها باب واحد مش بابين. السبب إيه؟ This wine press always have only one door, not two doors. The reason is that they need bacteria to ferment the juice to become wine. If there are two doors, then stream of air can push the bacteria out. So it's a known phenomenon. You observe it in the older places like monastery. Go to any wine press, you'll find it having only one door. Why I say this detail? Because of the rest of the story. He said this monk at that time was responsible for the house to accommodate visitors. And he was passing by this wine press and he heard tasbihah inside, the praise. And the tune was a bit different from the tune that they use in his monastery. So he knew that they are visitors from another monastery. So he entered to see the number to accommodate them. I found them at 10, 12, dressed in black, but different shape than us. And the tune was very nice to the extent that he couldn't leave. But he was polite not to share with them, so he stood at the door to listen to the very nice tasbih. They finished it in 1 hour with daf وكله. وبعدين they finished, so he entered to lead them to the accommodation. Yeah. He couldn't find any person. There were nothing. So I say one door because that's the only door. They couldn't go out from another place. So until now it happens. It's not in the history. Until now there are visions of creatures that do not belong to us. And is it possible to happen to us? Possibly according to our courage. St. Anthony said that if you come across any vision of a creature not from this world, be courageous and ask this creature, who are you? Because sometimes they may be satanic. Will this happen to all of us? Possibly not. And it's not necessary. But it's necessary to have a relationship with these angels. So every now and then the church speak to us about angels to create in us this desire. أحيانا كده الكنيسة تكلمنا تقول لنا خدوا بالكم إن إحنا عندنا جيش من الملائكة ممكن يساعدونا. خدام مدارس أحد لما تزوروا البيوت اعملوا كده. اطلبوا من ملائكة الرب يوضبوا المكان قبل ما توصلوا. عشان لما تدخلوا المكان ما تقعدوش تتكلموا في الكورة والبوليتكس ودي حق الإنجيل. أوقات كتيرة في شغلنا ربنا provide protection through angels. أحيانا تلاقي ناس جم يساعدوك ما تعرفش جم منين. إيه دول؟ وليه جايين يساعدوا؟ ليه؟ دول ربنا بعتهم ملائكة بيوضبوا المكان ويساعدوك. هل دي ممكن تحصل مع كل حد؟ دي هدية بنشكر ربنا عليها. عشان كده المزامير بتقول نشكر ربنا. ذوقوا وانظروا ما أطيب الرب. ما أجمل إنه يدينا جيش يساعدنا. ربنا يدينا النعمة دي إن عينينا تكون مفتوحة وقلبنا يكون مفتوح إن احنا نعرف إن احنا عايشين في مجتمع حاجات بتتشاف وحاجات ما تتشافش. We live in a place that few things can be seen and other things are not seen, but they have effect. And they can help us. Some of the parents use this to raise their children. I had experiences from people in the church. The youth that came and said to me, Mom knows. If I go to a wrong place, she knows. How? I don't know. I tell me details. He said that, tell me a story that he was in a wrong place. He came back, his mom told him, where have you been? I was in the city. Doing what? I was attending birthday party. I told him, no. You were in a dark place, which is the truth. How? There's a lady that passed away. She used to live in Enclave. She had a friendship with Archangel Michael. And this story is amazing. When she needs something from her relatives in Egypt, she has access. She goes to an Archangel Michael icon and speak كده as if he is existing and tell him something, and it happens. When I was ordained as a priest, one of my colleagues who ordained with me was Abuna Antonius. Abuna Antonius is a very studious and very sharp-minded man. He was always orthodox, and his mind is, IQ is possibly the highest among all. Anyway, he was studious and FA. And the monk that was teaching us, الراهب اللي كان بيعلمنا، عرف ان ابونا انطونيوس مخه جبار، فاداله نص صفحه كده يحفظها على الملاك ميخائيل. He gave him long prayer in Coptic that he says to Archangel Michael. We used to pray every day the Mass in Archangel Michael church. It's a small church on the top of, because they put Archangel Michael as protector of the monastery, so they put him on the hill. I used to pray there. Every day, Abuna Antonius takes a shoria and stand in front of Archangel Michael and say, لعلمه له أبونا. It takes about 5 minutes. And I told him, be careful. قال لي what? قلت له هيطلبك. He'll call you to serve in his church. He laughed. I said, it's not laughable. He'll call you. Because he lived always in Eastern Sydney, he doesn't like to serve in the West. Especially his wife, doesn't like to live in the West. After a number of days, Pope Shenouda summoned us to give us, where are we going? Then he said, Abuna Antonius, you go to Archangel Michael. His wife looked at me and said, but I really had the feeling that his friendship with Archangel Michael would tell him, come serve me. So it's possible to have friendship with the angels. So take my words as if they are coming from the saints of the church, teaching us that you can have friendship with angels through the Psalms, and you ask intercession. Of course, there are some YouTubes about the angel of Zabih, Malak Zabih. There's one priest that said some YouTubes about the intercession of ملاك الذبيحة. عشان كده في ناس يكتبوا لنا ورقة كده يقول إيه وأنت بتصف ملاك الذبيحة اطلب منه كذا. Which is an experience. احنا بنقول في نهاية القداس يا ملاك هذه الذبيحة الصاعد بهذه التسبيحة أمام الرب اذكرنا اذكر طلباتنا وكده قدام ربنا كأنه بيصعد بطلباتنا. فالملائكة ليهم دور. نشكر ربنا على عنايته بالبشر إنه خلق جيش من ملائكة لخدمة البشر. Glory be to his name forever.
Truly believe in one God, the Almighty God, the Father, maker of the universe, all things, we believe in one Lord Jesus Christ.